Rest in peace to xxxtentacion and Juice World. It's been some years since these two have passed, but one thing that hasn't left is the influence and style on hip hop culture. Today I'm bringing you guys someone new from Atlanta, and man, I must say that Atlanta has been the number one place for urban music since the past few years. I don't know when the surge even really happened, but I love the latest Postman on playlist, and yes, talking Tom the Mailman. Like I know, his name is very different, and you can't even forget that. Like Tom the mailman. Like, what you work for UPS or what is it? Or you off on holidays or whatever else like that. It's not a funny joke. Like he mentioned it was because he's a misfit, and it was hard for him to be accepted living around Atlanta, knowing that he was just like I guess emo type punk style and stuff like that. And I could see that, living in Atlanta and dressing the way you dress or trying to, fit in, and it's being hard to accept yourself is very challenging living in the Atlanta area. A lot of his interests are and more shown in his singles and album artwork. He's a huge anime fan, and I love it because I'm a huge anime fan. Now, Tom the Mailman has been doing music since about 2018. When I checked him out, I found him on the indie playlist. The first single I heard from him was "Nothing to Lose." Immediately got hooked. It was, like I said, it's refreshing again, especially coming from Atlanta. This is not something I would expect to come from Atlanta, something like this. But then again, like I said, Juice World and xxxtentacion has brought something different to the scene for people to listen to. He has been compared to xxxtentacion and somewhat of Juice World, as I said plenty of times before. And like I said, he's been making music since late 2018, I believe. But he's already amassed a pretty good following up on Spotify, to be honest with you. And I must admit that I think he would do a great if he did like a collab with Willow Smith. Now, I know that I mentioned that this is loud and unsigned, but this video is gonna be like, I guess, post unsigned, or pre, no, actually pre signing, because upon doing this, I just signed a deal with Atlantic Records. I don't know if it's a venture or a distribution thing, but he did sign something with Atlantic Records. So this is pre-signing that I would do for him. Now, sorry for that. My first take on this artist was extremely profound. I remember seeking something new, and he came across. I really love the production. It's not too dark. It's not too dark to the point, like, you know what I mean. You gotta go say a prayer. You gotta take it off and repent for any type of sins. He does have a lot of talks about a lot of his insecurities a lot on a lot of the records, which I think can relate to a lot of people, especially people of minority, people of color, and minority. I think, I think 2022. If he gets better production, some better songwriting, he could do pretty well in 2022. Now, like I said, now for those that are new to my channel, and for those that are returning, welcome and welcome again. Now, what we usually do is we do like a system as far as rating top 10 songs in the highlight project, but since the last video that I put out, I'm now doing your top 5 songs and still a highlight project. Now, Tom the Mailman, he has released about 2 albums under his name and a fluid amount of just crazy singles. So he's been putting out that work. He's been putting on work, I'll tell you that. Since 2018, just a bunch of singles. Maybe a small little 2 or 3 piece project here and there. But yeah. So the 2 albums that are under his belt are "Sometimes Sorry Isn't Enough," which was released in 2021, and "Life Is Evil." It's actually spelled kind of different, Liephas. It's a play on word that "Life Is Evil," but that was released in 2020. Now, as far as singles, now like I said, the top 5 songs that I would suggest you guys listen to are "Forever," "Nothing to Lose," "Bad Hoes," "Devil's Jaw," and Stop Playing the Victim. Now, I listened to both of his albums, and I hadn't dived back in it after giving each one spin. Now these, now to be honest, both of these albums are quite mediocre, and for the first time, I gotta say, like, I can't really recommend an album to listen to from him. I can honestly give singles. He has a lot of good singles, but albums, nah, I don't think he's there yet. As far as, like, giving something cohesive to give to people to continue to listen back and forth with. So for this is actually my first take on it. I don't think there's actually an album I can actually really give. Instead of giving an album, I would just say you gotta stick to those singles, because you listen to the album once, but it doesn't pull you back in to want to listen to it again. There's of course a couple of quotable lines inside there, but I don't find any of the albums really like that that good to give to someone to listen to. So yeah, this is the first time I've done this, and I really don't want to give an album that will have guys that you guys won't play back and forth. I did find myself wanting to skip a few songs, to be honest with you, but I did not skip any songs. I honestly gave them a fully through listen to. So this was my review for Time the Mailman. Subscribe, tell a friend for a friend. Thank you for listening, and check out for the next video. All right, take it easy.